I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi everyone! Jared here with another fantastic movie review. So as I mentioned before, this is the time of year where a bunch of Oscar-worthy, award-winning films are hitting the good old cinema. I hit up Lady Bird last week and I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, and this week A24 is back with another hilarious, well-put-together movie, The Disaster Artist. So does The Disaster Artist stay true to its source material and provide us the hilarious behind-the-scenes look at one of the worst movies ever made? Let's find out. Okay, so if you don't already know, The Disaster Artist is a biographical comedy drama based on the non-fiction book by the same name, which recounts on-set stories and real-life accounts around and filming one of the worst movies ever made turned cult film, The Room. The movie recounts the events of Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero as they first meet in an acting class and then move to Los Angeles to follow their dreams of acting and becoming famous. After failed attempt after failed attempt of landing a role, Tommy conjures up the idea of making his own film. He reveals to Greg that he has written a finished script called The Room and they are to be co-leads in the film. The rest of the film follows all of the bizarre random craziness involved with finishing the film and its ultimate turn into a cult classic. My lord, this movie is fantastic. A24 really scored a touchdown with this one. Now there is a disclaimer here. If you haven't seen The Room, I would highly recommend watching that before The Disaster Artist. It's not mandatory, but a lot of the jokes and references in The Disaster Artist will be appreciated more, especially the side-by-side shots of the actual room and the recreation that they do. Anyways, this movie is so unbelievable that it's hard to believe that it's based on a true story. I say that in quotes because I'm sure some of the stuff was changed or over-dramatized, but man, this thing is crazy and intriguing. Like, Tommy Wiseau in general is just a weird guy, but as the movie continues and you slowly learn more and more about him, he becomes more and more intriguing as a character. Like, who is this guy? And the production slash day-to-day life on the set, the crazy choices Tommy Wiseau made, and the ridiculous amount of money spent on this film, apparently it was over $6 million, all makes for a disastrous fun story to follow. Tommy Wiseau had a vision, he had a dream, and he was gonna do anything and everything he could to achieve that, even if it was in this weird roundabout way. In a sense, it was really inspiring. Now, this movie wouldn't be as great as it was if James Franco didn't perfectly portray Tommy Wiseau. Franco picked up his mannerisms, his accent, and his slightly one eye closed more than the other look to a T, and recreated this Wiseau in all of these situations. His performance is one of the best I've seen this year, and word on the street is he's gonna get a Best Actor nomination, which I would fully agree with. He just looked so much like him. The scraggly black hair, the ridiculous outfits, it's an all-around great job on Franco's part. All of the other performances, Dave Franco, Seth Rogan, Ari Graynor, Josh Hutcherson, and many others really add to the film and make it fun. You gain a sense that literally no one had a clue what kind of movie was being made, but they were happy to be making it. Except for all of the on-set drama and distaste for Tommy. But you know what I mean. It's just amazing how well they did at recreating everything. The drive of this borderline insane man and his film vision is replicated perfectly with all of these new actors. Replicating the awkward scenes and cringiness all over again. Definitely stay through the beginning of the credits to see all of the side-by-side shots. There were a few points in the story where it just felt like it kind of dragged on and almost got too serious. Obviously this film is funny, there's lots of humor in it, but it's not necessarily a comedy. It's more of a drama with comedy elements, showing the relationship between these two friends and what they've gone through. I think if they would have focused on their relationship more heavily, then these few moments wouldn't have felt out of place. Overall, The Disaster Artist is a ridiculous true life story of the making and the man behind one of the worst movies ever made. With a true but yet unbelievable story, great performances, and perfectly replicated scenes. But with a few sections that dragged on, I would highly recommend checking out The Disaster Artist. This is a great look at the bizarre craziness behind one of the worst movies ever made. What did you think of The Disaster Artist? Was it the humorous true life story of one of the worst movies ever made that you were hoping for? Or was this borderline sad and didn't really follow the source material? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.